Pine wilt disease is a complex disease needing 5 different organisms. A susceptible pine tree is first, like these Austrian pines, but Scots pines work too. Next, the pine wilt nematode is carried from a sick tree to a healthy tree by one of several longhorn sawyer beetle species. Female sawyer beetles lay their eggs under the bark of dead or dying trees. The larvae of the beetles carves deep tunnels in the pine tree trunk. In this pine tree trunk, you can see that the sawyer beetles were inside the tree many years before the tree was cut down. When they're about to hatch into an adult and leave the tree, they come out through larger holes. The adult beetles are infested with thousands of nematodes. Sawyer beetle exit holes are about as big around as a pencil eraser. The beetles then fly to a healthy tree. As they feed on young branches, the nematodes leave the beetle and infest the tree. The nematodes feed on the xylem cells that move water in the tree. The tree reacts by secreting gums and resins to block off the spread of the nematode. That also blocks the water, so the branches or trunk dies. As the tree dies, the nematodes switch their feeding to the blue stain fungus, which quickly invades the unhealthy tree. The fungi are carried to the tree by tiny bark engraver beetles that feed just under the pine tree bark. These beetles are attracted to nematode-infested trees even before the tree shows outward symptoms of dying. The larvae feed just under the bark, killing the cambium layer. When the adults hatch, they leave thousands of tiny holes, making the tree look like it was shot with a shotgun. Symptoms are most noticeable during the warm months of the year. By the time the symptoms are apparent, the nematodes are present throughout the wood of the tree. Pine wilt kills quickly. Whole stands of pines can be killed within 2 to 3 years. When pines die suddenly, remove them quickly, or else the pine wilt organisms will move to nearby pine trees and kill them. Now, there's a whole bunch of holes up here in several places that are in a grid pattern. Those are from the yellow-bellied sapsucker. Sapsucker holes up here, a few sawyer beetle holes, or possibly woodpeckers trying to get to sawyer beetles, or there's other sawyer beetle holes, and then the engraver beetles and all these little tiny ones that are spread out over the wider area. And this is Jeff with the Green Review. Thanks for watching.